Hi, my name's Helen and I make decoupage boxes under the name Papered Spaces. Here you can see some of the ones I've made that are for sale on my website. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an autumn leaves box. So here's what you'll need. First of all, a wooden box. I've got one here with a little key. If you type in plain wooden boxes into Google, you'll get loads of results. And I'm not actually affiliated with these sites, but if you're in the UK, one I can personally recommend is cuddlybuddly.com, and if you're in the States, vikingwoodcrafts.com also has some great boxes you can buy. PVA glue, any glue will do really, a ruler, pen or pencil, scissors, matching felt, varnish, gloss or matte. If you use oil-based, you'll need white spirit to clean your paintbrush, which is the next thing, tissue paper if you want, and if you love sparkly things like me, glitter or jewels. You'll also need photos to put on your box. I took these in Cambridge and you can download them completely free from my website. So first of all, you need to measure each surface really accurately to the nearest millimetre. Also measure inside the depth of the box like this. The only surfaces you don't need to measure are the inside ones here. If you stick paper there, the box won't close properly. Also, you don't need to measure underneath because I just like to leave that plain varnished wood. Here I've written down all the measurements to keep everything really clear. I'm going to show you first of all how to make one surface. So we're dragging the photo into the Word document. I'm working on a Mac, but it should be pretty much the same. First of all, we need to make the layout of the picture in front of text so that it's easier to work with, basically. If you can't see the picture toolbar, you can get it through Toolbar's Pictures. Now I'm cropping the image to make it about the right dimensions for the surface of the box I'm going to stick it on. So it needs to be a bit kind of slimmer. And now I'm changing the height and width to match what I measured. This has to be done quite accurately. And don't forget to uncheck those two boxes in the middle, otherwise it'll go all weird and it won't be the right size. Now do the same with each other surface, and here is my finished document. So each surface has its own picture, the right size, and now I'm going to print it. Any printer will do, you don't need special paper. Next, cut carefully around each image until eventually, here's one I made earlier, and next of all, just make sure it fits over where you were intending to put it, just like that. Now, on the reverse, I'm marking areas where the paper will need to be cut. For example, the gap between the feet at the bottom and also where the box opens. Just using a ruler to get the line really straight and then cutting it. This might vary according to what kind of box you have, but basically you're going to need to make some cuts so that the box can open. So there we go, I've made some cuts to fit the box. Now if you have a lock, the easiest way to do it is just to kind of press it through so you won't make cuts elsewhere on the paper. And there we go. Now I'm gluing on the pieces of paper. Now I'm kind of gross, I do this with my finger, but you can use a paintbrush if you prefer. Make sure it's a nice thin covering, you don't need very much glue, but make sure it's all over the surface. And now stick on the paper carefully and make sure you do it from one side to the other like that so that you don't get big creases. If you do get creases, you can just press them down very gently with a ruler or a pen like that. Now, any mistakes like this, don't worry about them. Gaps, you can easily rectify them later and cut off corners like that. And here we go. As you see, I've corrected that mistake. And here is the box with paper all around it. And if we have a look inside, I've also used the design inside. There we go. I've started to varnish it inside so it's a bit shiny. Which leads us on to the next step, which is varnishing. Just paint on a thin layer of varnish. You'll need to do this about 5 or 6 times, leaving it to dry in between. So leave a few days for this. Sprinkle on glitter after a layer of varnish if you want to do that. And when you're done, prop the lid open with a pen so that the two sides don't stick together. Now I've done several layers of varnish and I'm drawing round the feet like that so that I can put felt on the bottom of each foot. If you have a flat base, you can put felt across the entire base, but I'm just putting it on the feet like this. It's very easy, just glue it down. And then to finish off, once everything's dry, I'm putting some tissue paper inside. So if you give it as a present, it's just a nice touch. And don't forget to include the key if you have one. Now here's the finished box, which I'm pretty happy with. And it's actually for sale on my website. Good luck with your craft project, and thank you for watching. More to come soon.